And morning, troops, and it is day 19, episode 18 of the pod on Tuesday, the 23rd of April 2024. We are up and at it. We are recharged from a lavender Epsom salt bath, soaking the bath with a Herbalife Mystic green peppermint mask, and we are in the zone. One little cup of cha this morning, a bit of journaling, and we're up and at it on this sort of damp, soggy British weathered day, and we're just out walking around the block a few times prior to heading back into my new job. And on day 7 of the 10-day course. So a really good clean sleep last night, quite a bit of noise, but with the window open I like to get some oxygen through the nostrils while I'm sleeping. Should have put the earplugs in, but just some noise outside, that's all. So, but yeah, we're in the zone. So today's Tuesday, and I'm just going to share again, I've talked about it before on the pod, that today, Tuesday, is my little ritual of fasting from food. So what I'm going to do, and I'll let you know how I get on tomorrow, Wednesday, is for a few years now, I did slip a little bit a few months back, but I'm back on track. So I'm back on track now with my intermittent fast from food only. On a Tuesday, I'll do a full episode on fasting and the benefits of types of another time. So fasting is nothing new. People have done it for centuries and centuries, and there's multiple benefits to it really. But the reason why I fast, there's a couple of reasons really, and I've mentioned this before on a previous pod, is number one, for the overall health benefits of fasting and intermittent fasting, time restricted eating, time restricted feeding windows, TRE, TRF, it's the same thing. For an example, when we go to bed, we fast from food and water because we're in bed. Like one or two people that sleepwalk and comfort eat when they don't realise it, and that's quite dangerous. But not me. So we fast, and then when we wake up, so I woke up at I hit the snooze 4:30, got up at 5, so I've been up an hour. It's 6:05 now in the morning, and I bed. So I went to bed at let's say 10:30, 10:30, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, about 5.5 hours sleep. So I fasted for 5.5 hours already. Now on a Tuesday, what I normally do is when the job I've just left, which is the recruitment role, on a Tuesday, I used to do a 2 in the afternoon till 10 at night. So what I used to do with the tiny human, daddy daughter, time first thing in the morning, we used to have breakfast in the morning. She goes to school, and then I don't see her till the next day because I do a 2 till 10. So that's one of the reasons why I chose the Tuesday. No other reason apart from that, apart from I was getting a bit hacked off of eating ready meals, ultra processed microwave meals for my evening meal in the microwave because I was at work. So that's where the Tuesday came from for now. That may change going forward. So 5.5 hours sleep last night. So I fasted. So when we wake up normally, and on a Tuesday, and after this podcast recording, if it's in the morning, I get back, have the same breakfast pretty much, which I'll talk about that another time, but it's just a bowl of porridge with some protein powder on there, some Herbalife Formula 1 flavoured healthy meal on there as well, get me all the nutritional safety net, or a lot of it for the day. Talk about it another time, but and then off we go. That's breakfast in there, and then carry on my day. But on Tuesdays, I still do the same, but just thinking now, I fasted for 5.5 hours. I would have stretched the boundaries today, just thinking about that. And it is, one, a decision, obviously, and two, it is a mindset. Okay, it is a mindset. Yes, it's to do with biology, physiology, but it is a mindset. So I've just decided, what's the point in having breakfast? I feel good, I've recharged, so I'm just going to extend my fasting window today from 10:30 last night. Well, it'll be sooner than that actually, because I didn't have any food or drink an hour or two before, but let's not count that. Let's just keep it simple for this episode. So and then so I'm not going to have breakfast, and I'll just have water and a few teas and coffees if I need to. And I mentioned this before, I've got some Turkish chewing gum called Falim, F-A-L-I-M, and it's like chewing a bit of rubber. I suppose it's quite thick, like chewing tobacco, if you like. I don't know what chewing tobacco tastes like, because I've never taken tobacco ever. So yeah, it's really rubbery and thick, and you just chew on it for hours. And the reason why I've come across that, I wanted chewing gum without any artificial flavours and colourings in there. Like chewing gum's got various stuff in there which plays around with the neurochemistry, which is not good, and it gets into the gut lining, which I don't want. So I've come across Falim, and I buy sort of, I don't know, I haven't bought it for ages and ages, because I've just not used it, to be honest. So I've got 2 or 3 packs left. Got it from Amazon. I think it's something like 5-10 packs, or packs of 5 or something. I got 2 or 3 packs for sort of $10 or something like that. I'll link it into the show notes. I'm not promoting chewing gum, I'm not promoting Falim, but that's the reason why I've got that. But the point is, on the fasting, so with some hydration, some water, maybe tea. It used to be herbal tea. I used to have MCT oil, medium chain triglyceride coconut oil, C8 to C10 I think it was. So I used to get that from Hunter Gather here in the UK, and I used to add the Herbalife Thermogenic green and black tea with the aloe mango in there, and I add the MCT oil, which gets me some healthy fats, and it gives me some fuel, and it's all the good benefits of the clean, lean coconut oil. But I haven't had that for a while. I've not really needed it. It's just water only, hydration, tea and coffee's okay. I don't have sugar or anything like that anyway, but and then the Falim chewing gum. So that's pretty much my fasting sort of ritual and routine that I've done for a couple of years now. For one of the main health benefits is autophagy, and when you've sort of not eaten and you've sort of slowed down the metabolism with fasting, that's one of the things it does. Allows your body to rest and relax, because when we're eating at least 3 meals a day and snacks in between and all this sort of stuff, we're just never shutting off our system. Just like a mobile phone really, or a device, we're always just plugging it in on charge. We're not turning it off, we're not then restarting it. It cooks itself and it fries the circuit boards. Well, that's the same with our bodies. And if we reset, regular resets, then it's going to kick in a process called autophagy. Auto, A-U-T-O, phagy, P-H-Y-G-Y, I think it is, autophagy. Look up the benefits of autophagy. It's really important. And basically what it allows us to do, sleep, washes the glial cells in the brain anyway, so it's recycling, it's jet washing itself. And then what you've got misshaped mitochondria, which is the cells, the powerhouses in all of our cells, trillions of cells, hundreds of trillions of cells. And the misshaped ones, we've got misshaped ones, so they're sort of an oval shape, all the little cells apparently, and all the misshaped ones, the dead ones, they start collating together within the body. I'm not an expert, I'm not a medical practitioner, this is just from my research. And then we feed it the wrong foods and the wrong substances, and they collate together and they stay in the body. And then they form tumours, which then in exchange then become cancerous. So what we want to do is try to get rid of them, reverse them, healthy balanced diet, movement, sleep, rest, etc., relax, all the sort of stuff we talked about yesterday briefly in my 5 pillars program. And what we do is we feed sugar, caffeine, all these sort of stuff, predominantly sugar, which is fueling. Bold statement, I know, we're probably not allowed to say this, but hey-ho, that's what a lot of people are saying. Sugar is fueling these misshaped cells that we don't want, and they are, forming, like I said, the tumours and cancers and stuff. And for me, I want to avoid that if I can. I want to try to limit. And autophagy starts at a minimum of 24 hours on a fast. Okay, and there's mixed views, there's mixed opinions on fasting. But fasting, call it intermittently, or call it just fasting, or call it starving yourself, because we think it's starving ourselves, and we are a negative species, the humans, and we just think, oh, starving, you need a good meal in you. Well, there's the reality of it is, once you've lost that 20 pounds you've been chasing for years, and then you're not going to win anyway, because people's going to say, oh, you look ill, you need to have a good meal in you. I've had people saying to me, probably for 40 years, you need a good meal in you, Simon, you need a good meal in you. Well, guess what? I might be happy, I might not be. And cheers for the confidence boost, by the way. So, it was like over Christmas when I got ill. I talked about it on a previous podcast. I burnt out, overwhelmed, stress, just hit the wall, load of stuff going on. And I'm on the way to recovery now. I'm back. I was useless, laid on my bed, sleeping, just sipping water. Couldn't be a father, couldn't be a husband. And just wiped me out. We're not indestructible, we're not bomb-proof. And then I did look tired and drained, but guess what? And people think I lost loads of weight. I didn't lose weight at all. I remained the same 60 kilograms. The fact that I'd not had my hair done, I was unshaven, and I was tired, I had bags under my eyes. But it's interesting that people say, you look, yeah, thanks for your honesty, and they're only being kind and trying to help. But, I had the space over about 11 days going back to work. Oh, are you okay? Are you ill? Are you, which is nice. And I was, yeah. But anyway, it's just people's human behaviour. So going back to the fasting, on a Tuesday, that is sort of my routine. And then autophagy normally starts around 24 hours, 36 hours really, to get a really good boost, and you really see more benefits the longer you fast. Now, I'm not telling anybody to fast. Just taking a selfie, different backdrop. And you've got to be careful, okay? So do some research before you do it, but definitely give it a go. So today I'm going to do, sort of a fast till tomorrow morning's breakfast. And do I have to psych myself up? Not really. I just need to remember not to grab anything to eat. And what I used to do in the early days, I used to write fast on my hand. So whenever I, went to grab anything, just by default, I just didn't eat. I just went through it. Now nobody cares. Here's the thing: nobody actually cares. Flying this and flying that, and nobody knows, and nobody needs to know, and nobody's bothered. So if I do it or not, or I cheat, which I might have done once or twice, to be honest. but I've been honest and authentic. Nobody is bothered, but I've got nothing to prove. It's not about me. It's not this podcast, as I've said. It's not about me. Look at me. Look at me. Look at me. I'm not after millions and millions and thousands of followers. I'm not after that. Okay, or if that was the case, then I'd get my marketing sorted, and I'd start posting at the same time as this daily pod. I'd start making sure I targeted social media, and there'd be a heavy, strong message. And I'm just throwing up the odd episode on the Instagram stories and Facebook for now, just to help people as I'm giving a bit more content back. Let this truck go past. So it's not about shining a spotlight on me, it's about me having a spotlight and shining it on other people that want to move out of the dip, as Seth Dunn calls it, from the current reality where they are now and to where they want to go. And I just want to provide a platform, which in this case it's a school community. Go back to yesterday's episode, go back to episode 0 and listen to 1 and 2 about my new school community, if you listen to this one first time. And I'm just providing a bridge across the chasm, across the river, across the road, you know, and people can take, you know, the harder bridge to get across, you know, which is fine, and learn and grow and develop and implement their little changes. And then those who need a little bit more help, a little bit more support, you know, I want to go a little bit quicker across that bridge, then that's where coaching comes in, and that's what I'm going to be doing. And that's what people, you know, a few people might want to help me, want me to help them get across the bridge quicker because they ain't got time. They want to get results quicker, and I can do that. And if that's something of interest, okay, then just let me know. Make sure you're inside my school community. Yeah, Wellbeing Made Easy. Make sure you're in there. And I think there's 5 free places left at the time of this recording. So if you're hitting this, then when you go to the landing page of Wellbeing Made Easy on school, you'll see how many people are in there. And as I've said, it's costing me $70 a month for that platform, which is a community. It's got classrooms in there where the content's going to be in, so it's really user friendly, and it's got a calendar in there. And when I've sent out this week the free health assessment, the scorecard, then for those who are in the community, then they're going to see when I've shared the first live Zoom masterclass on how to level up your scores, and that's going to be free, okay, which I'm going to be charging for later on, and that's going to be free for those in my school community. So make sure you get into the school community, okay. You need an official email address, that's all. Don't need any money off you, and then we need a picture, facial picture of you. We need a bio in there. You need to answer the couple of questions so I know who you are, okay. So get onto that if you're listening to this, all right, and then you're going to have the free wellbeing assessment in the school community. So if you're wanting any help on anything, then let me know. If that's you as an individual or teams or groups or your organisation, then let me know, and I'll help you get across the bridge at whatever stage. And that's going to look like, so the content, once it's started to get put in there, which is soon, then people's going to work through the classroom modules, module 1, module 2, and then once they've gone through the modules and the videos, then that's going to eventually unlock the next classroom, unlock the next vault, etc, etc. There's going to be lots of stuff in there, and you can also let me know what you want in there, what you want me to talk about on here, and etc. So lots of exciting stuff coming. I've been a little bit busy over the last 2-3 weeks, but I am going to be back on track as of this week with the school community. So just hold out. I have explained, I've just, you know, a little bit of turbulence going on in between job changes, etc, selling a car, getting a new little car, etc, etc. So and running 2 jobs at the same time. So, and this. So going back to the fasting then, to finish off, only a new few minutes now, got about a 5-minute walk back home. So fasting, so autophagy, check it out. So that's what I do. So I'm going to extend my fasting window today. So I'm not even going to have breakfast today, I've just decided. lots of water, so I'm going to be hungry throughout the day at some points. So when my mind's not busy and I'm sat around and I smell things and see things and people going for lunch, etc., I'm just going to go, no problem. And people just say to me, oh, you're going to lunch, Si? I'll say, no, I'm fasting today. And I do that on purpose. I say that. I'd say, oh, no, I've eaten, or I'm going to have something later, or, they're only being kind and generous. And but I like to say it to them. I'm proud of doing it. So don't be afraid of what people think. It's none of your business, okay? Care what people think, because some of the valid things are pointless. But don't worry what people think. They don't understand, and everyone's got different reasons for doing things. So if you're looking at Mary over on a treadmill, or Trevor, who's smashing out Ironman training all the time, or somebody who's looking fitter, stronger, faster, leaner, better looking, better dressed, got more money, looking like they've got success, don't worry, you never know, because if they've got their own journeys, they've got their own stories. So don't worry about that, okay? Just focus on yourself. And if you listen to Bronnie Ware's 5 Regrets of the Dying, one of the things says, and she was a palliative care nurse, working with people in their end of life in Australia, and she wrote a blog called Five Regrets of the Dying, and it's a book. Is one of the biggest regrets is living a true and authentic life to yourself, i.e. don't try and live other people's lives. So that might be your takeaway for today. One thing you're going to take away and apply in your own life today. Don't worry what people think. And it's hard. It's easy for men. We just go, so what? We're very easy humans. Whereas female take it all personal. There's a lot of pressure on females these days, from their hair, their makeup, their weight, what they look like, what they say, how they sound, how they parent, how they make money, how they do business, what cars they drive, what lipstick, all this sort of stuff going on. Social media doesn't help when we look at social media and all we see is success and fame and relationships and love and all this sort of stuff, and it depresses the brain. Okay, I'm not blaming social media, but hey, we'll do an episode on this social connection, social disconnection anyway, and what it's doing to the brain. That's why if you're on your phone now and you're watching this, get off your phone, especially if you go to bed. Get off your phone and follow my 7-day digital detox. Go back 7-day digital detox, go to day 1, follow it for 7 days and just get off your phone. And now I'm not checking my phone. I checked it this morning because I've not checked my emails for 2 or 3 weeks, so I'm not practicing today what I preach, but it really works. It's absolutely bonkers when you are off your device. And I'm about a week over now, so I did a 7-day digital detox. I've talked about it before. The Mindset Mentor, Lewis Howe's podcast, School of Greatness, is the one. Go back to my 7-day digital detox, which is basically don't get up in the morning and check pings, dings, rings, notifications, emails, social media. Either take them off your phone, hide them on your phone, or just move your phone out the way and just get into a habit of day 1. Remember I talked about habits yesterday. Day 1, no digital distractions. Day 2, same again, until you've completed your biggest, as what Brian Tracy calls, ugliest, biggest task. It's a metaphor for a biggest task you keep putting off. Get that nailed, get that focus. Don't get distracted, work with it as the brain drifts. Do a little bit of exercise, running on the spot, do some star jumps, do some press ups, go for a quick walk, get back to task, but do not check your phone. Okay, it's crazy how it makes you feel. The clarity on your thoughts and the decisions and what you're saying. And when you cut down on the caffeine like I did yesterday, when I prepared my lesson on operational stress reaction, the first thing I put on top of my notes on the lesson plan is no caffeine. So I had 1 cup early in the morning, that was it, and then nothing prior to the lessons. And I felt weird but really calming. As I was over caffeinating on the first one and my brain was racing, I was sort of panicking as I was up next and this wasn't set, that wasn't set, does this yada yada yada, because that was a stimulant. So anyway, going to the fasting, so I'm fasting today. I'll let you know how it gets on. Have a look at it, intermittent fasting. I've not done exercise yet on a fast, to be honest. I've just not, because I just didn't want to be hungry thereafter. So I've not done that yet, and you want to be looking at sustainability take your weights, take your measurements, and just see how you get on, okay? And just go for a few hours, or you can just extend your fasting window for now. So just extend your fasting window, okay? Or your time restricted eating window. So you could eat, right, I'm going to have breakfast in the morning, and I'm not going to eat, or I am going to only eat between 8 in the morning and 5. I'm not going to have anything else apart from water. And just try that for a few days and see how good you feel. You refresh, your clarity, you're not wasting energy, but just be careful, okay? If you need to seek medical advice, do some research, and I'll add some stuff into the show notes of this. Fast This Way by Dave Asprey is a good book to start with. I think he's got a 21-day free plan on there. So get onto that, let us know how you get on, and then have a great day. And finally, as per the episodes, what I keep saying is, what's one thing you can take away from today that you can apply in your life and go for it? And secondly, who is one person you can share this with that can learn and benefit from the material? Because we know sharing is caring. Not only that, you learn it quicker and you retain the information more. Have a good day, and I'll catch you troops tomorrow.